Why you guys look so tired? And you know what? I was just told by our SID there are no deadlines, so we all relax. All right. Happy hour. There are no deadlines, so you guys passed our deadlines. Come on tonight. Great effort by our guys. I mean, Washington played really well. We obviously didn't play as well as we would have liked, but I think Washington gets a lot of credit for that. And I was really proud of our guys for how they hung with it. And, you know, I knew all along this team has some grit, and we're going to get tested. I mean, it's just there's no other way of putting it. And so, you know, we withstood some rallies today. I mean, to go down 14 in the first half and hang with it and actually take the lead before halftime, and then, you know, you go down 1 or 2 or whatever it was pretty significant. And then, you know, the start of the second half wasn't it wasn't what we drew up, but it's what happened, and our guys hung in there, and you know, to take I think it was down 8. Come back, you know, get close, tie it, then go up, and then make a little run and get up 6 or 8 points. You know, was pretty awesome. And then, you know, down the stretch, you like to be a little cleaner. You know, you like to make those free throws, but you know that's basketball. And you know, we hung in there.
You did this time take them off the floor there 2 minutes plus into the second half. Yeah. What message did you want to get across?
I mean, just we got to play better, and nothing crazy. I mean, I don't have a crazy strategy on these timeouts like everybody's trying to make it up. I just had a feel that our guys were a little bit sluggish and you know, didn't come out and start the half like we had hoped. And because we were playing so well at the end of the half, you know, we want to come out with that same energy, and we didn't. So I just wanted to, you know, give them a reminder, and you know, I don't know if it worked or not, you know, I mean, but it's what we did.
Everyone talks about your offense, obviously, but could you talk about your defense, how you found some and you have some?
Well, I mean, I think our defense is good. I mean, we're winning games playing defense, and that's what you have to do. And you know, we transition defense wasn't great early. We gave up a couple threes. They kind of ran it at us a little bit, and you know, took shots that, you know, you're probably like, well, if they're going to take that off one pass, we might live with it. But you know, when you give up 4 or 5 of those in the first half, and they start feeling comfortable, you got to get better in your transition defense. But I think our guys really dug in, and you know, our ball pressure picked up, and you know, we had good focus and good energy out there. And I thought in the second half, I thought they had to hit some really tough shots.
Part of that ball pressure was Kylan Boswell. You played him extended minutes today. Can you just talk about his performance?
Yeah, Kylan's a really good player, and you know, I mean, it's, you know, I don't know if it's been well documented or not, but you know, I told him all along, I'm not evaluating you as a player till January 1st. You have till January 1st to be ready. And I wanted to give him a long porch, so to speak, so he could kind of, you know, see where he was at and deal with some success, deal with some struggles. But he's a really good ball player, and he's a great shooter. And you know, to see him come out and make some shots today was big for him, and it was big for us. And then, you know, he's really growing on the defensive end, and you know, he's been practicing like that every day. So you know, I'm looking forward to him being a, you know, solid contributor down the stretch. But there's only one game.
You like at the end there, he missed a couple, but then he had the resolve to take the big one there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to against them. I mean, you can't script where you're going to get your shots against Washington's zone. I mean, you know, they make adjustments too. And, you know, I thought they were doing a really good job taking Kerr away for the most part. And, you know, and then we were having a little bit of a struggle getting the ball inside or into the high post. And they were doing a good job covering it. Maybe we were a little tentative passing. And then so Kylan had to step up and be opportunistic. And, you know, I felt really good on that last right corner 3. I felt like, yeah, that's a great shot. And, I mean, I feel good about him shooting it, and let's go.
Playing crunch time with the starters, is that something he did in practice, or is that just something that happened?
No, that was just how the game played out. I mean, obviously, normally we'd probably play Courtney, but, you know, Courtney wasn't playing a great game, and, you know, Courtney's a great guy. And, you know, one of the things we've been talking about as a team, you know, all week is it's really important to celebrate your teammates' successes. You know, and when you're trying to, you know, you're playing these long seasons, there's up and downs. One of the most important things, you know, to being a great teammate and having a great culture is you enjoy your teammates' successes. And I know, no one's more happy for Kylan than Courtney Ramey today, because that's the kind of guy Courtney is. And that creates great karma, and I wouldn't be surprised if Courtney came out Saturday and played his ass off.
You survived a physical game. You must be happy with that you survived a tough game.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I'll mention, you know, that hasn't been mentioned, Umar deserves a bunch of credit. Yeah, I think he played maybe more minutes than he has all year, and that definitely wasn't the plan. Coming back after the ASU game, Umar got really sick, and actually had to go to the hospital. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but he didn't practice. I mean, he was out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So, and then just did kind of, half the stuff on Wednesday in practice. So, for him to come out, and give it up for his teammates, says something about his character and him as a man. And I'm really proud that he's on our side. And without him today, we don't get this done.
First time really seeing the 2-3 zone, matchup zone, whatever, really. They play now.
We won't get into the specifics, but it's a 2-3 zone. It's not. I mean, they might match up here and there on at certain occasions, but it's a 2-3 zone. And listen, that zone's been really effective for a lot of years for a lot of reasons. I've played it against a bunch of times. I've had days where we've had unbelievable success, and maybe it looks like you could write a manual on how to attack it. I've had days where we couldn't do anything, like today. I mean, that's how it goes. So, that other coach on the other side, he's a hell of a coach. And, he came in and he had his guys ready and they had a heck of a plan, and we struggled, and, we'll have to grow from that.
Zulus had 20, but took 18 shots to get to it, but he also had 5 or 4 block shots. Can you talk about his persistence?
Well, he's really becoming a good defender, and that wasn't maybe something you would have said a year or two ago. So, you have to win all ways, and you have to play both ends of the floor. And that in our system, it's really important that you're a two-way player, and Zoo's doing that. And against that zone, I mean, you catch that shot, you're shooting little floaters and little push shots that you don't shoot very often. And you got a 7-foot guy that can put his head on the rim behind, a goalie. So it makes it tough. And so, that zone's been doing that to people for a lot of years. But so I'm really proud of our guys, because what the other thing has done to a lot of teams in a lot of years? They've went on the road and they've beaten really good teams playing that zone. And we were able to withstand that today. So that says something about our dudes.
Tommy, you were getting on Henry Visar there his first few minutes on the floor. Was he making specific mistakes?
Well, I mean, they're really handsy. And they're great at attacking balls, when you think you got the ball in a comfortable space. And listen, you're playing where the defenders are at angles you're not comfortable with. You just don't get it very often. And, Henry's one of the things. He's been playing really well, but he had a new experience today, and he wasn't great against it early. He came back. His second run in the first half, he was much better. And then in the second half, I thought he was okay. But you know what? I mean, we had Big O sitting there on the bench. He told me he was ready to go to bring it home, and we put him back in there. We made a run, and I was rolling with that lineup.
Pella, too. He had some great sequences there, and in the second half was very good defense.
I mean, Pella is a great defender, and he's really coming on. I mean, I could see his confidence and feel his confidence growing. I wish he would have let a few more threes rip today, but you know what? He also had some great drives at the end when we didn't have much going, and found Umar on a dump down or two, and or got to the free throw line. So Pella's a heck of a player, and he's we need him to be great.
Fair to call him your stopper? I mean, the guy that you would
I think we're good defense all around. I mean, I think he's good. I think Courtney's good. I think Kylan's good. I think Kerr does it in his own way. Cedric's coming on. I mean, you're just talking about Zoo, and you got Umar down there protecting the rim. So I think we got a great defensive makeup that's going to continue to get better and better and better over the course of this season.
Patience with this question real quick. The UCLA survived by 2. Zaga came back to win by 2. You survived this. A lot of close games tonight nationally. Is this what we're going to kind of expect, just teams playing their butt off to?
I mean, it looks like it. Traditionally, if you went back and look at the start of conference seasons after the new year, I mean, there's a lot of, quote unquote surprises. Maybe teams that have played a lot of home games are going on the road the first time, or teams that didn't have a good preseason after Christmas come back and get a fresh start. And so you kind of got to start over, and you gotta conference play, you start 0-0, and you gotta win it game by game, and I think the trend is going to see a lot of tough, hard fought games, and those are the type we plan on playing in. We're not delusional. I'm not thinking we're going to be running people by 20-30 points every game. It's just not how it works.
You're saying in the preseason that Kylan, you wouldn't count on much from Kylan until January probably in Pac-12. Is this about kind of what you expected? Or?
Nostradamus. I wish I could say that, but no, that kid gets all the credit. He's tough as nails. He's hung in there. He's got swag. And you know what? You know how hard it is to be 17 years old. He should be playing in high school. He should have been playing at South Point. or something like that. But he's here with us. And to come out and not have it go your way, sit out for 4 months, you know, get your pocket picked in front of the country on national TV against San Diego State, and to hang in there and then come out and do this, the dude's special. And I think you guys are going to see that more and more.
How do you think the younger players playing and experiencing this 2-3 zone will help their development defensively?
Well, I think it's going to help the younger players, and I think it's going to help the coaching staff. You know, we're going to get a better plan of attack, and, you know, we got to go play them on the road. And, you know what, we have a team coming in here that's pretty good. Washington State's playing better. They're one of those teams I think after Christmas is kind of, you know, they might not be undefeated, but they're trending in the right direction. And you know what? They're very comfortable playing a lot of 2-3 zone.
I think you guys are up to 28 at home here in a row. A lot of times fans
Don't talk about that stuff.
Well,
Fans were great tonight.
Say,
I'll
a lot
talk
of
about
times
them.
they don't even have to stand up, but tonight up most of the game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we need them to be full participants. You know, I want Arizona basketball fans to come and be part of the experience. I don't want them to come sit on their hands. If they want to sit on their hands, you know what? I mean, that's their choice because they bought the ticket. But they can also watch at home and give it to a friend who's going to come and let it rip. And I thought tonight we had great fans, and I thought they made an incredible environment for a Monday night in early January, 9 p.m. game. They came. That was great.
It's Thursday.
Is it Thursday? Oh, sorry. Hey, I'm a coach. I don't know what day it is. I know we play in two days. Yeah, I don't know. No, oh, my God. Okay, we're going to end on that note. You guys have a good one. Yeah. Every day's Tuesday for me.